Living in a Ghost Town by the Rolling Stones is going to be played in standard tuning. It's also being played on electric guitar, but I'm going to show you on an acoustic, and then it would just translate the same over to electric. Alright, so the song begins. You can hear, actually you can probably hear thunder in the background, but you can hear in the recording of this song, the electrics start off with just kind of a quick pop on an A minor. And the way that I would be making that is it sounds like the guitar is being fretted across the 5th fret of strings 1, 2, and 3 with either a pinky or a ring finger down on the 4th string 7th fret and then an open 5 string, avoiding the 6th string. And then you can hear this little lick. The way that you do that, and the progression just goes to a D minor. There's what the progression does, but the first round of it, the guitar goes. So the way that you do that is you will strike the 5 string 5 fret twice, and then the 4 string open once. It's the exact same note, but you can hear this is what Keith Richards is doing. Then back to the 5 strings on the 5th fret, so you've got a D 4 times there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in terms of the strings, 5, 5, 4, 5, and then come down to the 5 string 3 fret, and the 5 string 2 fret, and then open the 5 string and go back into your A minor shape. And then it's going to go into the D minor shape. And the way the D minor will get played is as a bar chord. So you'd bar your first finger across the 5th fret of the guitar, and then ring finger down to the 4 string 7 fret, pinky finger down to the 3 string 7 fret, second finger down to the 2 string 6 fret, and you do that little strum pattern, kind of a down, down, up, down, up. And that's the strumming feel for pretty much the whole time. Alright, so from this point forward, it's going to mostly just alternate back and forth between the A minor and the D minor. I say it mostly does that. It goes up to the E7 as well. So you'll go A minor to the D minor, back to the A minor, and then the third time it's the E7. And there are two ways to make this. You can either make it as kind of a partial power chord here, or bar chord. Your first finger would be on the 5th string 7th fret. Your ring finger would be on the 4th string 9th fret. Your first finger would be barring the 3rd string 7th fret, and your pinky finger would be on the 2nd string 9th fret with an open low 6. And you can let your bar grab the 1st string 7th fret as well. Or you could play it down here as a more open chord. Open 6 string, 2nd finger on the 5 string 2 fret, open 4 string, 1st finger on the 3 string 1 fret, open 2, open 1. And that alternates. Sometimes in the D minor, you can hear that little lick. That would be strumming with your pick the 4th and 3rd strings together, where your ring and pinky fingers would have been in the D minor on the 7th fret. Slide that shape up, slide those 2 fingers up 2 frets to the 9th fret, and then back down to the 7th fret. And then probably go to like 1st finger barring the 5th fret of strings 4 and 3. And then into the A minor. So yeah, it just goes back and forth on that. One change is that whenever we get to the chorus just alternates more between the A minor and the D minor, and A minor to D minor to A minor to D minor, and then comes up to the E. Alright, lastly, whenever we get to the bridge, we've got some version of an F minor chord, and there's no real great way to play this on an acoustic guitar. You can definitely hear that note. You can hear that high D note in it in the recording, so I assume that the way it's getting played is like this, but it just doesn't really have sustain on an acoustic. The way that you would play this chord, though, is first finger on the 5-string 8th fret, ring finger on the 4-string 10 fret. Your ring finger would be muting out the 3-string. Your second finger would be on the 2-string 9 fret, and your pinky finger would be on the 1-string 10 fret. So it's going to alternate between that chord, a version of kind of an F minor chord, back into the A minor chord. And you can play that barred A minor, or you can play just a standard A minor down here if you want. Another way to play that F chord that might be, would sound fuller on an acoustic guitar, is I would play it like this. Either just a full-blown F minor bar chord, or if you don't want to bar all of this stuff across the 1st fret, put your ring and pinky fingers down on the 5th and 4th strings 3rd fret, and then bar with your first finger the 1st fret of strings 3, 2, and 1, and then strum from the 5th string down. After this second F minor chord, it's going to go to an E major, and I would play it as a low E major, just a standard E major, low down on the neck. I've got my ring finger on the 5-string 2 fret, pinky finger on the 4-string 2 fret, second finger on the 3-string 1 fret, open everything else. I'll slide from this E major, I'll take that shape and just slide it up 1 fret, leaving string 6, 2, and 1 still open, but now my ring, pinky, and second fingers are fretting an F inside of that, basically. So my ring finger is on the 5-string 3 fret, my pinky finger is on the 4-string 3 fret, my second finger is on the 3-string 2 fret. So we've gone from an E to a version of an F, then I'll do a G, a version of a G bar chord here. So I'm taking this E shape that I've slid up 1 fret, just slide it up now 2 more frets, and put your first finger on the 6-string 3 fret. Ring finger should be on the 5-string 5 fret, pinky finger on the 4-string 5 fret, second finger on the 3-string 4 fret. You can leave strings 1 and 2 open still. So that's a G, and then you're going to go to a version of a G sharp, I think diminished 7th maybe is what this is. The way that you make this chord, and this is an odd chord, but your second finger is going to go down on the 6-string 4 fret. Your ring finger will go down on the 3-string 4 fret. So ring, second ring fingers on the 4th fret of strings 6 and 3. And then your first finger needs to bar the 3rd frets of strings 4, 3, and 2. Now, the bar is not going to do anything on string 3 because your ring finger is higher than it, but you want the 3rd fret of strings 4 and 2 to be ringing out so that you get, alright, so you've gone from an E to a version of an F to a version of a G to this version of a G sharp, and then it rolls right back into the A minor. So that should be everything that you need to know. The chords, the movements, the progressions, the riff, to Living in a Ghost Town by the Rolling Stones. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.